Yesterday at daybreak, we broke down what's known as the Southwest effect. Officials at Ford International say it's working, meaning more people are going through the airport and fares are down. And Dick DeVos, president of the Regional Airlines, left us with a challenge. Compare fares for yourself and see if it really is more economical to fly Ford rather than travel to Detroit or Chicago. 24-hour News 8's Mark Thompson did just that, and he's here with the results this morning. Mark?
Good morning, Emily. And of course, there are many scenarios and variables, especially comparing one person flying versus a family. But I tried to keep it simple in this example. I hit the internet like most of us do nowadays, and I looked at two Southwest destinations during off-peak seasons, Washington, D.C. out east and Denver, Colorado out west. Now, these were round trips for one person, 3 days, with one check-in bag and one carry-on. Washington, D.C., first week of June, Tuesday to Friday. Flights are cheaper when Congress is out of session, and this one was a no-brainer. Fly Ford. All Chicago flights to Baltimore, both O'Hare and Midway, were more expensive than the $231 fare we found on Southwest out of Ford International. The cheapest overall flight to BWI was out of Detroit at $217, also on Southwest. The $14 difference, not really worth the drive. Next, we head west to Denver, second week of April. From Tuesday to Friday, the cheapest flight out of Ford International is on Southwest at $281. Southwest out of Detroit is more expensive at $307, so it's out. Chicago Midway on Southwest, basically the same as Ford at $279. But here's where we found some deals. Spirit Air from Detroit to Denver, $222, nearly $60 less than Ford. And Spirit Airlines out of O'Hare in Chicago, only $162, nearly $120 less compared to Ford International. Now that may be worth the drive. Or is it? Let's break down driving to Chicago. It's $162 for your ticket, and according to TravelMath.com, the 352-mile trip in a car will cost you $45 in gas at current prices. It's $9 a day to park at O'Hare, so that's $27 for 3 days. That puts you at $234 for ticket, gas, and parking, a difference of $47 compared to flying Ford. But wait, look closely. Spirit Airlines charges $25 for a carry-on bag each way, and $20 each way for a check-in bag. That tacks on an extra $90 to the trip for a grand total of $324 from Chicago to Denver compared to $281 out of Ford International. Now, we're not trying to paint a rosy picture or say things are perfect flying Ford because, of course, what people really want is for those baseline fare prices out of Grand Rapids to be around the same as Detroit and Chicago. We're not seeing that because you're always fighting supply and demand with fewer flight options in a smaller city. But that gap between 6 and 7 years ago, airport officials, guys, is saying that it's shrinking.
Yeah.
Because back then you would see, fare prices $150 difference, be cheaper to go to Detroit and Chicago, and that was just for a single ticket.
That's a lot of number crunching for this early in the morning here, but let's do some more because it does make a difference when you have a family of, say, 4 or 5. When you're buying that many tickets, right?
Yeah, that's right. And that is the key because especially during peak times like now, during the holidays or spring break where you could see cheaper fares out of Chicago by $100 per ticket or more. You multiply that by 4 tickets and then you really have to think about, am I going to hit the road? But you got to factor in, hassle of driving,
or
kids and
parking
and those things. But,
a lot of things go into it.
Trying to negotiate a big airport like O'Hare with a couple young children is not easy, believe me. It's not a lot of fun. So.
And check those baggage fees. Spirit Air, that's like a bag trap. I mean, if you wait until you get to the airport, you could be paying $50, each way for a carry-on bag. And that's not even saying the check-in. That's each way.
Yeah, that's crazy. They're charging for carry-ons now.
Right.
In addition
to
got
to look at.
And you think about all the backpacks your kids may have as you're traveling, so it can be really expensive.
Yeah,
all right.
Got to look at that.
Yeah, there's a lot of adding going on there. All right, thank you.